guys, we are starting off today in the FYD office, printing, packing and signing all of your FYD orders. I personally absolutely love what I do, so it is one of those things I try and do every day, is sign every single order personally from myself as a big thank you to you guys. And we're obviously starting the day off right with The Doctor Monster Energy. I don't actually like energy drinks anymore. I know, big change for my life is actually changing my energy drinks, but today I had to go to Asda, pick up one of these little bad boys. A lot of you guys may remember I used to be so into my energy drinks, it was unreal. I now only really use them for the gym. I do actually sometimes mix it with pre-workout as well, so I'll have a pre-workout and like a little energy drink as well, just for the gym. But usually if I'm, you know, away from the gym and I'm, you know, needing an energy boost, I'll go for more of the citrusy, orangey sort of ones. Rockstar do a really nice, 29 calorie one at the moment, really nice. But it was a personal change I wanted to make because I started to feel a bit funny in my body after years of abuse of energy drinks. I think that's what it was. I think you guys know what I mean as well. I don't necessarily need them throughout the day, but I feel like I need them throughout the day. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to be a part of, but if you guys know and you're into your energy drinks, you'll know what I mean. So let's start signing all of these FYD orders from you guys. Office run completed. I want to take you guys on a little cruise in the X6, explain to you exactly why after 1 week I hate this car in ways. Let's do this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to point out is size. Now, I've had a couple of big cars in my time, you guys know, and the bloody size of this thing, honestly, I've been driving it around for a week, you know, just over a week now. Parking it is a nightmare. Reality is, yeah, 24-inch wheels, they're quite wide, the car's wide anyway, the kit's wide. You don't really realise how wide until you get it into a UK parking space. Actually, reverse parking this car is a bit of a mission. It's like trying to dock the International Space Station. It really is. It's one of the hardest procedures going. Here's why. Now, when you are on lock, yeah, the wheels will touch a little bit on certain parts of the lock. On full lock, they don't really touch. Half lock, they seem to be catching a little bit, something that I'm going to go into once I find out exactly where that is. But you have to sort of think about whereabouts the lock is on the front wheels. Obviously the wheels being wider and bigger than they really should be, you're gonna get that sort of sensation when turning the wheel. You don't get it when you're driving. It doesn't really touch unless you go over a bump at speed on full lock, so to say. You have to compute with that. Then you have to remember that this is a coupe SUV thing, hybrid, whatever you want to call it, and you cannot see anything out the back of it, so you cannot see what is exactly behind you. And the parking sensors, although good, they're not quite sharp enough, I don't think, and this one unfortunately hasn't got a reversing camera, so that does play into your mind a little bit that width wise it is the same size, literally line to line, of a normal UK parking space. You then have to remember that the lock is a little bit funny. If you don't lock it in the right place, it will touch, you know, and you'll get a grinding sensation from the tyres. And then remembering that you can't see anything out the back of it. That is probably the one thing from a daily point of view that I've found, especially with this car especially. I don't think you'll get that with the regular X6 because they're a lot slimmer, a little bit slimmer than this one. This one, unfortunately, is considerably larger. Again, I don't think in pictures and video this car is given justice. You see it in person, it is so wide And driving it, you can see the rear arches are flared out, the wheels are big, going along and stuff. But until you actually want to maneuver this thing, you don't get a real sense of how big it actually is. Another thing, you put it into sport mode, and yes, Jeremy Clarkson was right. When you want to go up and down the gears, it's the wrong way round, so you pull the up towards you and the down away from you, which it should be the other way around. You should go up and do. Does that make any sense to you? Like a sequential gearbox, you would go up through the gears and then down back through, whereas that's the wrong way round. I don't know why they did that. And although you can, you know, I'm not going to say abuse this, or, you know, you can have fun in this, it has got a good bit of poke to it. 3-litre turbocharged diesel engine. I'm not going to claim a brake horsepower or torque figure, because reality is I don't know if this has been mapped yet. Bit vague on the old engine modifications on this one. I think the exhaust system looks like it's from, or reminiscent of, the X6M. Quote me if I'm wrong, comment section. It does look that way though, and it does get going. Yeah, you've got the paddles up here, which the torque, it really does get going for, you know, what it is. It's a big bloody coupe SUV thingamabob. It does actually get going, even with the wheels. One thing to point out I do not hate is the ride. The ride is fantastic. It's actually exquisite still. The big wheels and the actual suspension that's slightly lowered actually still gives a good ride quality, which is unheard of. I've had a car on 22s before. It was bloody terrible. I hated it. 24s though, Forgiato, shout out. You make a comfortable wheel, or is the car comfortable? Something is comfortable in here, which equates to a nice driving experience, especially on the daily basis. You can get with, you know, the fact that there's big wheels and it's lowered a little bit and it's a chunky car, but it's not uncomfortable in that way that it's being lowered with big wheels and a chunky car. It's not uncomfortable. Exactly what I was looking for in my daily driver. Other things to consider, a lot of people were confused when I said it did around 25 to 26 mpg around town, and I was expecting that, if I'm honest. I was really expecting, you know, mid-20s around town for something of this size, this weight, with the sized engine. But a lot of people were very confused and they didn't understand why I thought that was relatively good. The Lexus, yeah, did the same sort of thing, but on the motorway this was getting, you know, 40-ish mpg at 70 mile an hour. I think that's pretty good going, considering, again, size of the wheels. I got a heavy foot most of the time. You need to enjoy your cars, you know how it is. But I think if you're, you know, looking for something a bit cheaper to run, a 3-litre turbocharged diesel isn't the car for you to start with. The other thing that I absolutely hate is the iDrive. I do like it, it's just very old for an 09 plate car. For a 2009 plated, you know, aged car, it seems very, very old. And it's quick for what it is, you know, the screens load up very quickly and stuff, but although it's got an aux lead, it seems to be, you know, left a bit in the dark when it comes to everything else. Now, I'm not expecting in 2009 to have USB ports and all this sort of stuff, but the screen just looks a little bit dated, in my opinion anyway, considering I get in many, many cars, different, you know, cars, different ages. That does seem a little bit dated. But apart from all those things, it drives beautifully. It's doing everything I wanted it to do. So overall, generally, I really, really like this. A week in, and I'm actually really impressed with the MPG figure, comfort side, the space in here, the looks as well. I don't care what the comment section says. Honestly, I did not buy this car to impress anybody but myself. I genuinely really like this. And if people can't get on board with that in the comment sections, I'm absolutely fine with that. That's what this channel is all about. Follow your dreams, FYD. If you want to go and buy stupid cars that make absolutely no sense, bloody go and do it. That's what this is all about. That's what life is all about. I'm not a preacher. I do not preach this sort of stuff, but look what I'm sat in. Something that's bloody ugly, and I hated the idea of these. And then I saw this one and fell in love with the drive and everything. And it had to be done because I liked it. I wanted this. That's what this channel is based around, what you want to do. That's why I own the Fiesta. Stupid ideas, rocking the YouTube. because buying safe normal cars is not what we do. Don't do it. Go and buy something stupid. Anyway, I ain't gonna rant. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I hope you see you all on the next one. Cheers, guys.